Hello and welcome back to Open BxRx Tuesday. Fordham Road is the largest commercial district in the Bronx. To tell us what's happening in the area as the city continues to reopen and what will be happening this summer, we welcome Albert Dalipi, Program Manager at the Fordham Road BID. Hi, Albert.
Hi, Javier. How are you?
Good, Albert. I think there's a little bit of a delay in our connection, but let's get started. How is Fordham Road handling this great comeback story?
Fordham is thriving, Javier, to be honest. We're excited about opening up again. We're excited about, launching some more events over the summer and really letting the community know about some of the needs of the businesses and the consumers in this area and working as a community to kind of meet those needs. So we're excited.
Just so people can understand the importance of Fordham Road for the region and the large scope of what we're talking about, can you tell me what are some of the most recent statistics?
Quick summary, the Fordham Road BID is a nonprofit organization that we're dedicated to the beautification, the organization of community events, and the promotion of local businesses on Fordham. And so we serve this community here of over 300 businesses. And, so recently, we've been doing some studies in the area to find out what are the needs of the businesses and the consumers in this area. And some recent statistics that we've gotten, have been positive. For example, the vacancy rate inside the BID boundaries is 5%, which is lower than the city average. And despite business having gone down through the pandemic, over 70% of our merchants plan to stay, and 17% plan to expand. So Fordham is thriving, and we're excited to really open up again here.
Do we know, Albert, by any chance, how many jobs the Fordham Road corridor generates, and even how much does it contribute to moving the local and the regional economy?
That's a great question, Javier. For the surveys that we collected, we were more focused on kind of understanding what the needs of the district were, more so than what the district generates in terms of jobs. But I can tell you, Fordham has tens of thousands of commuters and shoppers that come here. We have the fourth largest Metro North station here, the fourth busiest Metro North station. We have over 10 bus lines, multiple subway lines here, and we're the largest BID in the Bronx and one of the largest, the third largest shopping center in New York City. So I don't have those exact statistics in terms of jobs generated, but Fordham is definitely a center for this community and jobs in the Bronx for sure.
You have mentioned the surveys that the BID has been doing. What is the purpose of these surveys and who is being surveyed?
So we were awarded a 3-year commercial district revitalization grant from the New York City Small Business Services to conduct a commercial district needs assessment, which is essentially a chance for us to understand what the pulse of the community is and the different stakeholders that are here. So we're running surveys with the different stakeholders that we've identified. So those include property owners, merchants, consumers, and street vendors. So we have surveys for each of those groups, and we've already actually conducted them. So we've collected over 300 consumer surveys, over 200 merchant surveys. All the property owners here we've reached out to. We've heard back from most, and the results, like I said, have been pretty satisfying to us. And we hope that in years 2 and 3 of the grant, now that we have the data, we can actually start working with the community to address some of the concerns that came out of the surveys.
Pretty much when it comes to using the data, what solutions are you going to be thinking about now that you have it?
So one of the things that we want to do is we want to build a coalition of community partners in Fordham. So we don't want the Fordham Road BID to be making all the decisions. One of the things that when we sought out to create this was we want to create a community partnership, and kind of design a new brand where we can involve the community and the businesses that are in Fordham and different organizations that are, that show the variety of this area. So whether it's faith organizations, whether it's health organizations, et cetera, we want to create a kind of coalition where we can meet with the community, let them know what the data says, let them know what the statistics say, and then work with them together to come up with solutions. So whether it's solutions for safety, solutions for vending, whether it's solutions for a lack of parking, whatever it is that came out of these surveys, we want to really involve the community in letting us know, how we can address these needs.
Albert, some people are saying that retail in America, the notion of retail in America, it's rapidly dying with digital technologies and apps and big box stores. What are your thoughts on that, and how is the Fordham Road bid handling or getting around this emergence? Emergence of new technologies,
Javier,
I shall say.
sure, certainly. I'd have to disagree with that. I don't think retail is dying, at least not on Fordham. Our top five businesses that we identified here, clothing and shoe stores, were by far number one on that list. And so Fordham is really a center for hip hop. It's a center for culture and fashion. And that's something that I think is always going to be there. And I really believe that. And so I think that with the emergence of e-commerce and whatnot, I think our businesses are doing well to adjust to it. But I do think that there's always going to be, a need for people that just want to come out and actually see things on the street and shop. One thing that was interesting that came out of the surveys actually was that, most of the shoppers that come here, they actually don't find deals online. They find it through walking the streets. And so that's something that, Fordham has always had, and we kind of pride ourselves in that.
In terms of the Bronx itself, what is the importance specifically for the Bronx community to buy local?
I think it's extremely important. I think especially in the Bronx, we want to make sure that, we support the small businesses. And, Fordham, again, is unique in the sense that we have larger retails here. We have national chain stores, but we also have the small businesses here that have been resilient. And we have some that have been here over 20 years, over 30 years. And so, it's important to support the small businesses because as I think all of us can agree that it's really the small businesses that determine the strength of an economy. And so, if we want our economy to be strong, we always have to support the small businesses.
In terms of neighborhood infrastructure, Albert, are there any issues that the bid is looking into?
Yeah, so absolutely. So one of the biggest things that came out of the surveys was the concern of safety, especially in the nighttime versus the daytime. And so one of the things that we've been considering actually is, maybe so we have a sanitation team actually that cleans out the district. We were thinking about potentially extending their hours into nighttime. We were thinking about potentially creating a patrol team, where we can have a security team of people that do kind of street patrol for the bid in the district. That would kind of help some of the safety concerns, And then also we were kind of considering handling some of the vending issues that have come out as well. So, working with other organizations that represent street vendors and working with the vendors themselves to see if we can come to an understanding in terms of, handling some of the issues that have come out. So, for example, yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Javier.
There has been a discussion in recent weeks in the city about street vendors. How is that situation being handled at Fordham Road?
Yeah, so as you know, Fordham Road, vending on Fordham is huge. Fordham is always going to be known as a vending place. Whenever people want to come to New York City, they want to buy a hot dog, you want to buy something from a street vendor. Fordham's a spot for that. Our position on street vending is we really want to be in the middle. We feel like there's two extremes out there, and we really want to be in the middle of those two extremes. One extreme being that, there's no regulations for vending at all, where, vendors can set up shop in front of fire hydrants, bus stops, in zones that are not safe, right? So that's one extreme where there's no regulations. And then the other extreme is also, how difficult it is to get a vending license. You can wait a lifetime for one and never receive it. So as the bid, we really want to be in the middle of those two extremes. And we want, we obviously, we want there to be regulation for vending, just like there's regulations for businesses. And we want rules, to be kind of enforced. But at the same time, we don't agree with the concept of how difficult it is to get a license, and so we're really trying to work in between those two extremes. And we really, like I said, we identify the street vendors as a stakeholder in this community. So we want to kind of survey that community, understand what their needs are. So when we work on coming up with solutions, we can consider their concerns as well.
Can you give us a preview about the summer at Fordham Road and maybe the fall 2022?
Yeah, so the summer Fordham is going to be popping. So the summer is going to be popping, as usual. So we have film festivals that we already set up in Bryant Park. Those are going to be Friday, July 15th, August 19th, and Friday, September 9th. That starts at 5 p.m. We also have Fordham Road sidewalk sales throughout the year, twice a month. And then also, so the latest one for that is going to be in Memorial Day weekend. And also the Bronx Night Market is something that is reopened as well, and that's on Fordham Plaza from noon to 7 p.m. And the next one is going to be on May 28th.
Something very interesting about Fordham Road is that it seems to be right in the middle of the borough, and it seemed to be connected to a comprehensive regional landscape of cultural institutions, tourism institutions. Do you see Fordham Road as a vital component of a larger ecosystem?
Absolutely, Javier. And that's one thing that we've been pushing, is that Fordham is more than a commercial district. You know, we really want to highlight those other businesses, those other community organizations, health organizations, faith organizations that are here that a lot of people don't know about, you know. And so one thing that actually came out of the surveys that was a little disappointing to us is that most consumers here don't know of these organizations that are here. So we really find that it's going to be our job to make those organizations known to consumers, and to really use those organizations and use their expertise in making some of the decisions that we're going to be making in years 2 and 3 of this grant, to kind of address some of the needs that have came out from these surveys.
How can people stay in the know?
So I invite people to visit our website. We're at fordhamroadbid.org. Follow us on social media, Fordham Road NYC. And, you know, on our website, you'll see there's be a calendar there where we have a calendar of events happening in the district, in the community. And also, we have an open door policy, so feel free to visit us. We're located at 2488 Grand Concourse Avenue in the Wagner Building, and we're distributing PPEs to the community. We've been doing that since the pandemic. So if you're in need of masks, if you're in need of, you know, COVID test kits, hand sanitizer, whatever it is, come stop by, come see us.
Thanks, Albert, and remember, everyone, the importance of buying local. We'll be right back.